Tropical Storm Idalia is stronger this morning. Reconnaissance aircraft flying around the found winds of about 65 miles per hour. Makes sense. I mean, the storm is sitting in one of the warmest, deepest areas, a place that is known for storms to strengthen. There is a little bit of wind shear still going on up here. So you're not kind of, see how this is not really wrapping around. So that's a good thing because that will keep this storm from rapidly intensifying for now. However, once Idalia gets into the Gulf of Mexico, it is likely this storm will rapidly intensify all the way up until landfall, which of course, where exactly will landfall be? Well, every hour that goes by, it just gets narrowed down closer and closer, with the cluster being up here, kind of toward the Big Bend area, maybe just north of Cedar Key or around Cedar Key. So you're talking about bringing a major hurricane. It is forecast to become a major hurricane, Category 3 or higher, in the Eastern Gulf as it's passing by just to our west early Wednesday morning. And I mean like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning early. So still in the Caribbean. I mean, there's nothing in the Gulf of Mexico right now. Of course, there's Franklin over there, first major hurricane of the year. That achieved major hurricane status this morning. This could do the same thing in about 24 to 36 hours. The forecast track did not change much from 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Models really haven't changed much, and it's not going to move much from here. It'll be tweaked here, it'll be tweaked here, but we've noticed and we've seen through the years that a storm on the eastern side of this cone is a heck of a lot worse than on the western side of the cone. You see the difference, right? If the center was to go on the either side. So we need to prepare for anything here, especially if the storm was to tweak at the last moment and move off toward the east. I don't trust storms that come from the Caribbean into the Gulf of Mexico. We've seen multiple times how they've kind of turned. So even though the models are all bringing it up into the Big Bend area, we are not, and I mean not, going to stop watching this until it goes by our latitude and it makes that landfall. Here's a map that comes out from the Hurricane Center, and it just kind of gives you an arrival time of when the sustained tropical storm force winds are and how close you would be to some of the stronger winds. Here's Wednesday morning at 4 a.m. You see, obviously, tropical storm force wind, at least gusts for everybody, even our inland counties. Okay, but right along the coast, you see this orange here, 60-mile-per-hour winds with the hurricane force winds being here in the red. And there's Citrus County, which even by 7:30 Wednesday, still pretty solid with your strong winds and the hurricane force winds up into Levy County. And again, everything I'm showing you now is based on the track, the exact track that we've showed you. If it was to go 30 miles to the east, 30 miles to the west, that will make a big difference. So we will, don't let this be the last forecast you see. Keep watching, okay? And because it will change a little bit over the next 24 hours. Presently, a 4 to 7 foot storm surge is expected in Tampa Bay late Tuesday night, okay, and early Wednesday morning. Terrible time. I get it. It's coming through in the middle of the night, folks. Plus, one of the highest tides of the year is going to be early Wednesday morning. If you live in a flood-prone area that has flooded in the past from storms coming in from the west, please pay attention to this, okay? Because you're talking about a high tide coming in at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning for some, okay? And you're not going to be ready for this. This is what the next 24 hours entails. Nothing's going to happen today except our normal thunderstorms, okay? Nothing is going to happen tonight or even tomorrow morning. So rest and chill. Just prepare and wait and watch like we're going to. Here are your hurricane watches. By the way, this didn't change at 5 o'clock. The watches aren't going to change until later today when we're thinking what will happen after that is that it'll get close enough where the warnings will come out. You got to be within 24 hours before the warnings are actually issued. So again, here's your Fox model. You're watching the steering here. It's Tuesday afternoon. It's to our south and the west. It's just to the west of us Tuesday night. And again, by this point, we're going to be getting bands of rain We're going to be getting water coming into Tampa Bay. You're going to be getting those very, very strong tropical storm force wind gusts, especially along the coast. And then if it makes its way up toward the Big Bend, then again, we're still going to have a lot of residual moisture even on Wednesday afternoon. Look at the rainfall total for the next 7 days. My goodness, that's a lot. It really, really is. One positive to this is the fact that it's moving very quickly. So maybe 3 to 6 inches of rain on top of a drought soil, so that may not be awful for us. The main concerns for me moving forward are really going to be the storm surge coming in, okay? The storm surge coming in, and then, of course, those wind gusts along the coast, which could get pretty hefty late Tuesday night and Wednesday. There's your first major hurricane of the year, Franklin. That's going out to sea. We're not concerned about that. I didn't say what's going to happen today, huh? Hot and humid, some scattered storms. Are going to roll 93 degrees for the high temperature this afternoon. Just look out for some late-day storms today. Clouds up tonight. By tomorrow afternoon, the wind and the rain are picking up. So we got a good solid, say, 30 hours before we have to contend with what a daily is going to give us, okay?
All right, Dave, we'll pay attention to that. Thank you.